T.J. Watt is amazing.
Wait, was that part of like the teleprompter, or they say decline?
No, they actually said, the report says, Tomlin didn't say that. Tomlin didn't say that.
This league makes me so angry. It's hard to be great every single year. And if you're not great, y'all won't know that.
He was a second-team All-Pro for the record. Yeah, he declined. Well, he did decline. He declined from defensive MVP of the league in 21 to first-team All-Pro in 23.
And he was
to
fourth in voting. Fourth in voting.
So technically, that is a decline.
Playing with no help.
That is, if you decline from a Rolls Royce to a Bentley, you did, in theory, maybe decline. I don't know. Shady, should the Steelers consider moving on from T.J. Watt?
Was that a shock?
You have the Rolls, I have the Bentley. I gave you the praise. Answer the question.
Why would you? I'm gonna say no. Why would you move off of one of the best defensive players that we ever seen in football? Let alone one of the best defensive players you ever seen. I mean, I've never seen a defensive player, and I've seen them all, from DeMarcus Ware. I've seen them all. I ain't gonna sit and talk about the guys I've seen, but I've watched him win games when the offense can't do much, when they can't throw the ball, when they can't stop throwing picks, when they can't get the running game going. The offensive line can't block nobody. And I watched this guy win the games, strip sack fumbles to the crib, getting picks. I mean, he has the most freaking fumble recovery since he got in the NFL. That's game-changing. When you have a game changer like this, it makes a difference. When you talk about the Aaron Rodgers, the DK Metcalfs, you talk about the Darius Slays coming over, Ramsey coming over, all these guys, you hear about them. And a lot of reasons why they're coming over is, yo, they got T.J. Watt. So now if T.J. Watt's out the loop, it's like, wait, hold up.
Right.
Who are we for real?
Yeah.
I hate this that they play this game. Now, I want to just think that maybe it's just the NFL. When I say the NFL, a lot of great players have to wait for their money, right? The Aaron Donalds. I mean, I can't think of a better defensive player in history than Aaron Donald. And he had to wait to get his money. The first time around when T.J. Watt wanted to get some money, they made him wait a little bit, right? Ramsey had to wait a little bit to get his money. Everybody has to wait a little bit to get their money, so I'm okay with that. Bosa last year, when Bosa was going crazy, I think 2 years ago, he had to wait to get his money. Michael Parsons right now today had to wait to get his money. Myles Garrett had to threaten the Browns. Said, listen, I need to go to a winning team. And then you know what they did? They came with that big fat check. So, you know what, Steelers, Tomlin, I ain't mad at y'all, because this is how it goes. Just make me look good and do the right thing. Is that Spike Lee? Just do the right thing.
I love this show. Shady made me change my opinion, but not in its entirety. They shouldn't.
You better not say
They shouldn't trade him, obviously. But the reason I think you consider it is because I've seen it before. One with his brother, right? J.J. Watt is also a multiple-time defensive MVP, one of the greatest defenders of the generation. And J.J. Watt didn't finish his career with the Houston Texans. So I've seen that before. But I've seen it more eminently. I saw it with Von Miller and the Denver Broncos. Von Miller is a beast. He's just a beast. Same recruiting class, same draft class as my brother from Dallas. I've known Von Miller since 2005. He's a beast. As good, someone could just better than T.J. Watt. You could argue with your mama. The Broncos moved on from Von Miller, and it worked out for both of them. Von Miller went and won a Super Bowl instantly that year. And then with those 2 picks that the Broncos gotten, they acquired Nick Bonito. You look at Nick Bonito in the league since he's entered All-Pro last year, 23.5 sacks in the last 3 seasons. Von Miller since the trade, 23.5 sacks in the last 4 seasons. I included an extra season because Von Miller, he missed an entire season. So for the Broncos, it worked out for y'all. Y'all got a starting center with the 3rd-round pick that y'all ended up trading and leveraging. And y'all got a starting pass rusher that's an all-pro that has 23.5 sacks in the last 4 seasons, last 3 seasons. For Von, it worked out for him. He got a Super Bowl. I can't say you shouldn't consider it because ultimately you're going to end up paying T.J. Watt $160 million for the next 4 years at least because he deserves all of it. And are the Steelers actually going to win anything? Where Shady moved me, and I'll end my text saying this, you have to start the season with T.J. Watt because I'm curious, how good are y'all capable of being? But if you start the season with T.J. Watt and you're 2-6 at the trade deadline, maybe you say to yourself, let me try to go get 2 second-round picks and let me move off the rest of that salary. Because if I can't win with Jalen Ramsey and Darius Slay and Aaron Rodgers and all these people, I'm not winning with a rookie quarterback next year. So Shady made me change my opinion in saying start the season with T.J. Watt. But then there comes a point, maybe like Von Miller, maybe like T.J.'s brother J.J., where you say, you know what, you go chase your ring. And we couldn't do it in 9 years. You know, we'll try elsewhere.
I mean, if you're going to consider it, you might as well just start the whole thing over. Just let Tomlin go. let TJ go, let DK Metcalf go somewhere else. Like, if you're going to consider that, I'm just saying as an organization, just start over from scratch. Just brand new Pittsburgh Steelers. But that's not historically what they're known to do. They're known to constantly reload, retool, and keep being a contention to at least compete for a championship. In my case, like, hell no. Like, there's no way in hell I'm even considering thinking about it, simply because he's not just a player that can go affect the quarterback. Like Shady said, he changes the entire game. You have to account for him everywhere he goes. Yeah, a down year, he led the league in forced fumbles. That's a down year, right? Down year, he was 6th in QB hits. That's a down year. Down year, he was 8th in sacks, right? That's a down year. So most guys right now will probably renegotiating, trying to get a contract with those stats.
Yeah.
And so in this case, I would not consider it. He's still elite. He's still,
yes, he is.
He's still the heart and soul of this team. When Ben Roethlisberger left, now it's TJ Watt, right? You think of all the Pittsburgh greats. Now, these past 5 years, you think of him. And
let me ask y'all this, though, man. Throw that full screen up while Will was talking.
Look at this, man. This is crazy.
Because these dudes are, throw the full screen up, I don't care. These dudes are incredible. Incredible. But Myles Garrett's Browns have been terrible, and Myles Garrett has won one playoff game in his tenure. Danielle Hunter, obviously the Texans are a different story. Danielle Hunter's a good player. He's not the player that Myles Garrett is. Max Crosby, elite. I don't know if he's won a playoff game, maybe one with Derek Carr. Nick Bosa, the best of the best of the best of the best of the best, sir. Obviously, you saw what happened with the Niners last year, but Nick Bosa and the Niners have historically been good. Hines Allen, I'm not putting him on that list. He just got paid. Brian Burns, you can kind of put him on the list. The Giants were terrible. I say all that to say, as a defender, Shady played offense. Will was in the DB room. As a defender that was in the box, I understand as good as rushers are, rushers alone, let this list tell you, they can't move the needle. Max Crosby, Myles Garrett, they're elite, y'all. I mean, these are Hall of Famers we're talking about.
Move the needle in terms of what?
Move the needle in terms of, like, they can't make you a playoff team.
Okay, I hear you, right? And sometimes I feel like the GMs think like this sometimes. So why even be a great player then? If you want me to be on your team and be a great player, and now we come to you showing graphics like this, then why be a great player? It's a serious question, though, because, like, it's disrespectful to have a player that I'll give you my all, and I'm one of the best in the league. Because that's what you want for your team, right? And then I'm the best for your team, and you talk to me like, well, the whole team didn't win, so we should get rid of you. Because you're showing the graphic of all these great players that hasn't won, but they've been great. It's like, what? Help me there. You know, to me, that hurts my heart hearing that.
To me, though, it's, don't you think the greatness can be better used elsewhere? So, like, be the great player, but Saquon Barkley's greatness is better used in Philly. Von Miller's greatness, it was better used in Los Angeles. Had Von stayed in Denver, Shady, they were not winning anything. So I'm like, TJ Watt, his greatness, I just think, would be better served anywhere. Myles Garrett, I think his greatness will be better served elsewhere. So I have no doubt.
But I'm saying, so if you're the GM, you're telling me you will move off these guys because they're not great for you. They're not
getting me closer to a championship, weirdly enough.
But hold on, real quick. I'm just saying, like, how's that play out? Because now, you have a franchise, you have players there. Like, what message are you sending to your players? Like, no matter how great you are, I can just move on for you at any time. Who want to play for a coach like that?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't want to play for no GM. You telling me, that the best player on our team had a decline. Now he's second team All-Pro, which is hard to do. Some guys haven't done that ever, okay? And now it's time for me to get paid because I earn this. Not you give it, I earn this. And you talking about moving me. Why would I want to play for your team? Why? When I'm about to get a new contract, let's say you draft me, so I got to be there, and I ball out. My agent said, hey, look, man, I think when it's time to renegotiate, we go somewhere else. Because no matter how great you play, Emmanuel Acho and his boys, they're going to get rid of you if the defense don't play well or the team don't play well.
But the question then is...
You know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
I agree.
That's
hard. The hard part for me, right, and I was never the elite player, so excuse my ignorance in talking like I'm not. The hard part for me is if we know the Steelers aren't going to win a championship, which I would not move him before the season. But if, again, you start 3-5, whatever the case may be, if you got $160 million committed to TJ Watt and you know you're not going to win a championship, you just have $160 million committed for the sake of having $160 million committed. Aaron Rodgers has already said this is his last season, more than likely. So next year, y'all got a rookie quarterback. You got $160 million committed to one player. Will, I'm just suggesting, and we're all businessmen at this desk. Obviously, we're all NFL players first, really Shady most and Will most. I'm more businessman than NFL player. But as a businessman, you got $160 million committed. For what if you're not going to win?
But as a businessman, Like you
I
think
don't want to play on your team. I'm going.
as a businessman, you're thinking. Tell me, like, what are the prime positions, right, on offense? Prime positions.
Quarterback,
right?
left tackle,
left tackle.
Running back.
Let's go to defense. Prime
Pass
positions.
rusher.
Pass rusher. And historically, who did that start with? The pass rusher. What became a prime position? Lawrence Taylor. That's where it came from. A guy who can truly affect the game in a totality. And I get it in terms of, like, yes, can we commit all our money to one guy and still be successful? I can see, the Giants, they thought, like, hey, if we commit all this money to Saquon, then I still think it's crazy that they just let him go to Philly out of all places.
Jones, right.
Out of all places. But in this case, if he's not on the field, they're not even sniffing the postseason.
But
What about the whole, real quick, first of all, if T.J. Watt leaves there, I don't know if they get better with draft picks.
They do not get better.
Not
they
instantly,
do not
for
get better.
sure.
That's what I'm saying. Start over.
So
if you
what
let him
about,
go.
so you keep talking about business. You're good at
sir.
business, right? Well, we're not going to championship. We're going to have a rookie quarterback. We got to sell some type of tickets. We got to sell the people some type of hope. I don't know if you've been to Pittsburgh, but the Steelers is like the main thing there, okay? That's what they do, all right? The people going to the grocery store with the towel on, and it ain't even football season. You get what I'm saying? So now, what am I selling you now?
I guess I would be selling you a future. Because Shady's right. I can't sell you on the present. I can't sell you on the present. But here's my thing is insanity, doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. I don't think T.J. Watt has won a playoff game. I don't think he's won a playoff game.
But that's not his fault, though.
his fault.
And last thing, and I'm done, because this.
But he hasn't won a playoff.
You give me a headache, and I'm done with it. But, dog, if you telling me, right, listen, you be great, and we going to pay you to be great. That's the deal is.
Right.
So I've held on my part. Are you doing your part?
But here's what you're telling me. Pay me the most money, and we won't win a playoff game. That's what you're telling me. We both talking crazy to each other.
No, we're not. You know why we're not talking crazy? Real quick. Because when you watch the Steelers play, when they were going to the playoffs, it wasn't no offense. Offense be having 16,000 field goals. And my man's over there saving the day every other game. The reason why they go to the playoffs is because it's him. And you telling me you don't want me to be there? Yo, don't ever draft me. Don't draft me, dog. No. Wow.
Hey, when we return.